much time dicking around with an intro because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea with the thumbnail. So let the record state that I personally love checking out newly formed bands. Like, if you regularly watch this channel, you probably know I'm a big advocate. But where this topic's from, depending on how your algorithm's tuned, you might have seen the recent interview with McKenty talking about why he left YouTube. Some of the explanation coming from a video he made a few months ago talking about burnout. And one of the very interesting reasons had to do with disappointment over his videos covering new bands not getting the same level of interest, aka views, as those about long established acts. And yes, just recently during a chat with this dude Jesse Lee, he said it again. Is this true? Do lots of music heads today just not care about discovering brand new stuff? Yeah, here's a call to action if you're inclined to answer. Let me know in the comments, do you enjoy discovering music from newly formed bands, be they in places like Bandcamp, YouTube, or at shows directly, wherever? I mean, if you don't, you don't. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Like, hell, you like what you like, and God knows there's plenty of people out there who say that most stuff's shit today compared to what they grew up on, and they don't bother searching for newness, but it feels like an interesting question regardless. I gotta believe that ultimately the data Finn used for that conclusion is centralized to just like one or two types of segments, like say a particular age group that, no, they don't like finding new shit, and that figure does not represent the whole. But that's fucking weird to me, man. It's weird because I thought most of Finn's viewers were millennials who I've been under the assumption were indeed spelunkers when it came to music. But maybe that's false. Or maybe it's just that he had a ton of Zoomers watching who, okay, I can understand how they'd rather just be handed what to like. And that's not even a diss either. I mean, with the amount of media constantly being thrown at them with directives and all the shit trying to shape how they think, I'd probably be exhausted too and just be like, yeah, okay, advertisement, give me something to listen to. By the way, I am sad to see Finn go because I really liked his stuff and he made me laugh a lot. But the reason this whole question's shocking to me is because, like, I'm thinking about my own world, and right off the brain I can name a whole bunch of bands that beat the living piss out of me in terms of, like, I found them on my own, like just being curious, and the next thing I know, I was hooked. One random example going back a few years, like, okay, maybe one half of the collaboration was new to me, but the other half, and the project itself, was, like, their formation was new at the time. Wino and this dude Connie Ox, not metal, but very tripped out, like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, like acoustic campfire type stuff. You want an idea what it sounds like? Imagine 2 entire albums of Doob Interlude, Down, or more recently, Fucked in the Head, who, boys, I am gonna try my damnedest to get your name in the right ears this spring, even if it may be too late. Those dudes short-lived their output, knock on wood. Were like if you said to I Hate God, don't change a single setting on any of your amps or your guitars and play songs from the 60s. Jethro Skull's another one. Death Rattler, my God, do I like a lot of music from Louisiana, Imminent Terror, etc. Maybe some of the reason, provided that this statistic is accurate, that some people today would rather spend time listening to what's thrown at them in an advertisement, has to do with having strong trust in the source. And shit, who am I to question what anybody genuinely likes? It shouldn't be a foregone conclusion that just because something's got a shiny package automatically means it's garbage, you know? But there may be some truth to the theory that people select certain stuff based off things like follower count, if they got a label, if they tour a lot, if they got good reviews, who the fuck knows? I can tell you right off the bat that I sure as shit ain't one of those people who judges something quickly because of good or bad reviews. I mean, hell, had I judged Killing for Revenge 6 Feet Under based on the first 2 YouTube videos I saw trashing it and never listened to it, I would have robbed myself of hearing an album I absolutely love. And lo and behold, after I listened to it, I went searching to see what other people were saying about it, and I found plenty of people praising it. Whatever the case, however anybody is navigating their listening experience, I ain't criticizing because it's just my nature to be more of an observer than to take a strong stance on something as subjective as music. But it is goddamn surprising if it's true that deep diving ain't much of a thing no more. What about you? Like, who are some bands you discovered to be gold that maybe you found them on their first release? I'm sure you found some duds, but you probably heard some stuff you loved too. And the other thing, yeah, why not, as long as we're at it, what about bands that have been pumping out albums past their golden age? If I had just listened to the whole, Sabbath wasn't good after Ozzy and Dio, my life would be drastically different given how much I love the Tony Martin era. My favorite two Martin Sabbath songs ever, Hard Life to Love or Hand That Rocks the Cradle. My God, the chorus in Cradle might be one of the greatest in all of heavy metal, period. Again, I always gotta sign off on that with, in my jackass opinion only, but I don't know, try that one on and tell me if it ain't a contender. But same goes for Sepultura, Kiss, 6 Feet Under. Dude, holy shit, you wanna talk about some bangers after Haunted and Warpath. Torture Killer off Maximum Violence, My Hatred off Bringer of Blood, Death Clot from 13, Edge of the Hatchet from Commandment. I mean, honestly, every album up till now has got songs really easy to love. On the flip, however, Discovery duds. Yeah, I can cite a few. When I first got into Typo Negative, I'm reading this interview with Peter and he's talking about other bands that he likes, and one of them was called Cockatoo Twins. So I find their album and I buy it and I turn it on and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I swear to you, I played it once and never again. I think him praising it was just an example of having diverse taste outside of doom or thrash. Or this was good too. I'm in Newbury Comics one time, it's a record store in the Northeast, and I ended up talking to this older, like, mullet dude. We're talking about music and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to find stuff that sounds like Typo Negative. And he goes, alright, I got just the suggestion you're looking for. And he hands me Dream Theater Falling Into Infinity. And I remember thinking at the time, like, well, okay, I know Pull Me Under, and that doesn't sound very much like Typo Negative. And thank God I didn't take his advice and walk out with Infinity, because I heard it years later, and if you know both bands, neither sound a damn thing like each other, I don't think at least. I think what was going on, though, was that this dude, the real I know what's good type, probably saw me, some dork, and was like, I'm gonna show this kid what real music is. Crazy. Led another addition to the record state that I do now very much enjoy Dream Theater, but I didn't really when I was 13. But yeah, dude, short and sweet, I'm done. I mean, when it comes down to it, whatever the truth about society is today, I don't give a shit. I'm always gonna root for people liking things instead of not, so God bless all of you. I mean, if you don't, you don't. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Like, hell, fucking bitch! But that's fucking weird to me, man. It's weird, because I thought most of Finn's view, fucking bitch! Fucking bitch! Motherfuck! Alright, well, what the fuck? Probably fucking sucked. And if you did like this video, cool, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then 6 feet under your ass right into that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew, but until then, later, my friends.